Alright, time now for opening commentary. Now I know that there are many of you legions of Warrior Nation who are wondering where I stand on some of the most recent rulings by the United States Supreme Court, and most particularly by the three appointees to the nation's highest court, in whom were all handpicked by former President Donald Trump. Now, for those of you who may not know which of the 9 Supreme Court justices I am talking about, I am talking specifically about Brett Kavanaugh, Neil Gorsuch, and Amy Coney Barrett, as those three committed perjury during their confirmation hearings, all lying under oath about upholding the landmark 1972 ruling of Roe v. Wade, in which legalized abortion nationwide, in which the three of them all said it was considered established law, in which it was for over 50 years, despite being challenged time and again, only to have it stand firmly as the law of the land. Until most recently, when one Mississippi state law and the cronies behind it decided to challenge Roe v. Wade earlier this year. And you know what? The three Trump-picked, MAGA-groomed justices all of a sudden decided to agree with them, and decided that maybe perhaps they should screw over the women of not only the state of Mississippi, but also the entire country as well. And without hesitation, they overturned what they had stated earlier on, back during the confirmation hearings, as established law. Can you believe that? Imagine that. 50 years of hard work, all wiped out, in order to fulfill a far-right, neo-Christo-fascist theocratical agenda by a now former and defeated president. This is total BS. This is completely uncalled for. And now it brings the question of whether or not these three justices should all be disqualified from being on the Supreme Court on the grounds that they all committed perjury during their confirmation hearings, in which, if done in any other court, would be subject to criminal penalty like this one, in which any testimony would be sworn in under oath. In other words, and in that case, they are legally obligated to truthfully, and to the best of their ability, answer every single question in which any person there would ask, hey, you know what, they all blatantly, annoyingly lied, didn't they? And with that in mind, and considering the severe damage done to both the integrity of and the trust in this country's judicial system, I think now that the time has come for both wings of Congress and the Department of Justice, led by U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland, to do a thorough federal investigation into these three MAGA-groomed justices, and to even consider whether or not they should be all stripped of their duties on the Supreme Court, and maybe even to the point where they should be all thrown in jail and held criminally accountable. No one is above the law, not even these three. And if it is found that they indeed lied their way to the Supreme Court, then I say the Department of Justice should have both enough solid ground and moral fiber to throw them out. What do you think? I'm Ray Jackson, and that's my 2 cents. And if you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button. And don't forget to check out my other 2 YouTube channels, Big HMW TV and the Atari Report. You'll find those in the featured channels list at the bottom of this particular channel's homepage. Big HMW TV, the Atari Report, and the official Ray Jackson YouTube channel. All proud parts of the Big HMW network of websites.